You went from him looking good to GOAT? He is not GOAT.
He is not GOAT.
Okay, let's not get a little ahead of ourselves here. Devin, what did you think of how Lamar played?
He played how I expected him to play, and he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
I need to understand how you just said he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. How did you get there?
Him and Michael Vick.
How many NFL quarterbacks have 3 All-Pro first teams? Well, the Chiefs have a decided advantage when it comes to refereeing.
I don't know where that came from.
Well, it came from the fact that they're an incredibly profitable franchise due to the Taylor Swift stuff with Travis Kelce. There's plenty of stats to back it up. You can do your homework in that front. The Eagles also have a decided advantage in officiating.
Tush push.
But that's mainly because of the tush push, which is never called correctly. There's almost always a penalty every time that play is run, just by its nature, and it's tough to consistently call that.
I highly recommend that other teams learn how to do the tush push, and then we won't be having this conversation.
I don't think you understand what I just said.
I do understand what you said. I understand English. I'm just saying, there's one thing that's like, oh, you know.
So they should learn how to teach the referees to not call penalties. That's
not what I'm saying. We don't cheat at the Eagle Land. We just beat people all kind of ways. But okay, you don't go with that. So when you get into the business of saying, I'm not accountable, I think you're really hurting yourself in the long run. So there's some regulation that may need to happen in addition to the team probably saying, listen, you're a part of our brand. And so we got to regulate you a little bit because you can't just do whatever you want because there's a brand associated with us. Hello and welcome to What Your Mama Didn't Tell You, the podcast, football edition. Yeah, y'all, I'm wearing black today, so with a little bit of green. What about you, Reese? How your Falcons looking?
I'm stressed out.
Why are you stressed out, bro?
Because we beat good teams and lose to bad teams. Doesn't make any sense.
How's the NBA going for you? Anything interesting so far?
For, like, in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Wemby's playing really well. Giannis is playing really well.
Luka.
Yeah, Luka.
Anthony Davis is already hurt.
Who's already hurt?
Anthony Davis.
Really? Yeah, I never understood that. I mean, he is always hurt, so I'm not sure what the method to that madness was, but I guess I don't know what they're going to do now. Anything you're watching in particular before we move on?
I think the MVP race is going to be interesting this year.
Who do you think are going to be in the running?
Wemby, Shea, Jokic, or Giannis? I don't know. All 4 of them.
Devin, you agree? Anybody you would add?
Yeah, I think that's
it.
Really. I can't really see a world where somebody that's not one of those 4 people gets it.
Yeah.
So, Reese, let's just put a stake in the ground here. Devin, what's your team for NBA so everybody know? Because we're going to be doing some NBA stuff. What's your team?
I'm a Knicks fan.
You're a loyal Knicks fan like he's a loyal Jets fan. Now, Reese, on the other hand, let's talk about who is your team this time? Are you sticking with?
I've been a Nets fan for, what year is this? 2025. I've been a Nets fan for like 8 years. Not changing. No. I don't know why we're talking about like it changes.
Okay, you heard it here first, because as the season goes on, Reese is going to continue to be a Nets fan. Devin is a Knicks fan. I don't really usually have a dog in this fight. I'm leaning Knicks, but I'm going to see if there's another team that catches my fancy. But honestly, I'm leaning Knicks just because it'd be great for 2 of us to have one team in the same household. And I don't know why Reese chose the Nets, to be honest.
Also, you're a bandwagon.
What?
I am not a bandwagon. Don't talk to your mama that way.
Don't talk to your mama that way.
Why would you say that?
You became an Eagles fan when they were good, and you started talking about becoming a Knicks fan once they got good.
That's not true.
Is it?
When I became an Eagles fan, we had not won any championships. We were just starting to get good. And the Knicks, I'm trying to co-sign with you.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't really believe that. You don't really believe what's coming out of your mouth. You don't really believe that. No, you don't. What year did they win the championship? 2019, 2018, 2018?
It was 2017.
2017, okay.
2017.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
8.
When they won the championship, or 8 years ago, when they won the championship, I got a little poster thing.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't even a poster thing. It was like a what do you call it? A plaque.
Uh-huh.
A plaque of the Super Bowl champions, Eagles, this, that, and the third. One of my friends got it for me. And I remember you being like, oh, whatever, that was just a fluke. They're never gonna win it again. They're never gonna do it. In 2017. You were not a fan when they were winning stuff. You were not a fan when they was grinding it out to win championship. along with that, fun fact,
That is not true. And what?
along with that, I did get a 50-cent signature.
Uh-huh.
My friend was hanging out with 50 Cent, and he got me a 50-cent signature. So that was pretty cool. I lost that paper, but I remember it. So
Shout out L. Is it L?
what?
Your friend is it L?
No. 2017.
Yeah.
I wasn't friends
He was
with
just
L in
not looking.
2017. I wasn't friends with him until 2020. This was T.
T. Shout out T.
Shout out
But
T.
anyway, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna have to find some proof to verify when I was, because it's been at least 8 years. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to be a fair weather fan, but tell me why you look like that.
8 years?
You don't think it's been 8 years?
Who was the quarterback for the Eagles before Jalen Hurts?
I don't remember.
We just said
You don't.
I know this, but you're putting me on the spot.
You
no.
don't
It's actually
remember.
somebody else.
You don't remember. It's that you don't know.
No, I do know.
Okay.
I know who it is. The person's in my their face is in my.
Okay.
Yeah, you actually
I'm
don't.
not good with names.
Okay. Describe them.
You know I'm not good with names.
Describe them.
It's got nothing to do with it. You weren't watching the team.
No, Devin.
Black
Devin,
guy,
ask her to
wasn't it?
describe them. Ask her to
It
describe
was a
them.
black guy.
What?
No, it was not a black
No,
guy.
it wasn't.
All right, then it was a white guy.
Well, there's only 2 options. You just weren't. You were
I don't
not.
remember. I have to look, but I'm sure once I hear the name, I'll know who it was.
Okay.
I'm not good with names. You know that about me.
You also weren't a fan back then. I know that about you too.
Okay, whatever. Y'all gonna come for me anyway. Regardless of how long I'm a fan of the Eagles, y'all gonna come for me. Don't
No,
hate.
That's not true. In 10 years, I won't be saying this. But you've been an Eagles
Okay.
fan since they went to the Super Bowl with the first time with Jalen Hurts. That's how long
Yeah.
you've been an Eagles fan.
That's not
From that
the
season on.
case. That
Yes, it
is
is.
so not the case.
Okay.
See, this is why you guys can't hit on
I
me.
remember when, what's his name? The little black boy. Michael Vick was the quarterback. Was he not?
Oh
You
my
were not watching
goodness.
football at that time.
Oh my goodness.
No, it was.
Yo, that's crazy
Well, I'm not
history,
saying,
right?
wait, I'm not saying I was a fan then. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I was an Eagles fan then.
I can
Well,
probably tell you the exact time you became an Eagles fan.
Okay. Pull it up so we can get this done and over with. It was probably 2017.
It was nowhere close. It was in the
That cannot
2020s.
be.
It was in
Yeah,
the
it was.
2020s.
Wait, yeah, it was the
21, probably.
2020.
2022.
I think it was 2020. It was probably the 2022 season during the 2022
No,
season.
that's absolutely heresy.
No, it is not.
See, that is
Yeah,
not
this was
true.
when it was the 2022 season when you started flirting with them. Like, oh, I kind of like this team. And then by the time they made the Super Bowl, you were like, all right, yeah, this is my team.
Yeah,
And then
no,
the next year,
that's not true.
the next year, to your credit, you were passionate about the Eagles. You were an actual fan by then. And then
You say I've been
yeah.
a fan for 3 years? That's not true.
Well, you've been kind of a fan for really 2.5.
Wow, it keeps getting lower. Okay.
No, it's just true.
I'm going to find the proof.
Why
Fine.
are you acting like you wasn't a Carolina Panthers fan, man?
I
Like,
was for a hot second for
Okay,
Cam
so-
Newton. I
so
ain't
you
gonna
can't-
lie.
so you can't run out the establishment and then run back in and say that you've been a
I
fan the whole
did not
time.
run out. I only had one other team, and that was Carolina Panthers for a hot second because of Cam Newton. And everybody now hating, telling me I was a Cowboys fan, I was a this fan. No. Now I'm only a 2-year fan of the Eagles. Really?
What?
I'm going to find the proof, and I'm going to get the proof. Don't worry.
There's no proof to be found.
Okay, let's just stop for a minute because they came for me in this episode. They tried to call me a bandwagon fan. I'm not saying I've been an Eagles fan for 50 years. I have not. But I sure as heck am not a bandwagon fan. So there's some dispute about when I became an Eagles fan. All the haters, y'all know who y'all are, all those cowgirls out there who say that I was a Cowboys fan at one point. I don't know when that would have happened. I think they dreamt it. Yes, I was a Panthers fan, and I have to prove, because I have to prove on this episode the rough time frame of when I became an Eagles fan. And first off, how long do you have to be a fan to be considered a fan? Let's just start there. Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? Is it 3 years? Is it 5 years? What's the number? If you're a fan and you're just as disgusted with the team from year to year, but you just kind of riding a horse anyway, does that make you a better fan than me?
I just want to know.
Let's get to the matter at hand. Me proving how long I've been an Eagles fan. First of all, I will admit, I did flirt with the Panthers. And I'll show you. But I went back and I looked through the archives. And the last time that I saw me flirting with them was in 2018. And I flirted with them because of Cam Newton, who went off the reservation, and so did I. And then I was introduced to the Eagles. I wish I could share one video here that would definitively prove that I was a fan as of at least 2020, but I can't. I just need you to trust me on that piece. That's evidence piece number one, which cannot be proven just at this moment. Second of all, I have pictures of me in a jersey with a Saunders jersey. And if you knew anything about when Saunders actually left, you would know it was not 2 years ago. I will prove it in the pictures that will be a part of this episode. So we can definitively say that I have been a fan for at least 5 years. I can go back and prove at least 5 years. Is that enough? Does loyalty and passion have anything to do with it? Lord knows I'm loyal and I'm passionate to my Eagles. Win, lose, or draw. What shall we do about this? I will refute definitively that I am a bandwagon fan. I love the Eagles. I flirted with the Panthers because of Cam Newton. And now I've got the proof. Saunders, I believe, was with the Eagles, I think until 2022. I definitely didn't get his jersey the year he left or the year after. It was a gift for me for Christmas, and I received it in 2020 during the pandemic. Let's go to the proof. And you will see the pictures of me in it. That's my case, Your Honor. And I hope the jury can find me not guilty of being a bandwagon fan, because it's been at least definitively 5 years, Devin and Reese. At some point, y'all got to stop calling me that. And all the other haters out there, y'all know who y'all are. Go Birds. Anyway, obviously, Devin, you don't want me on the Knicks with you, it sounds like.
No, I'd love to have you as a Knicks fan. I'm just saying you're a bandwagon. That's all I'm saying. Once you get there, you're loyal, but you're a recovering bandwagon.
Those two things cannot exist at one time.
Yes, they can.
Okay. So now that y'all roasted me happily, Reese is a Nets fan, y'all. Devin is a Knicks fan, so you know there's a lot of stuff going on in the house. I usually try to lean to the Knicks where I can. Well, now we're going to see I'm going to have to find my own team because they tell me I'm bandwagon. Anyway, Shedeur Sanders. So let's talk about those Cleveland Browns. Reese, I know you said last time that maybe they should just invest in him. What's your position on that right now?
I think they're a bad organization.
Okay.
I don't think he should be involved. I think hopefully I hope he gets traded.
Really? Well, apparently he's been a little bit that he's played. He actually played quite well. So, Devin, what do you think? Should they take a chance and throw him in the mix?
What do you mean? When did he play?
She's talking about preseason.
He played okay, and then he played bad. Should they take a chance and throw him in?
Yeah, should he be the guy? Now.
No, I don't know. I don't know if he should be the guy. But they're gonna give him a chance probably, and they should give him a chance. He's probably not your franchise savior.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's huge. Okay, and you don't particularly care if he goes to the Jets. You said that last time. So I guess Shedeur is just going to keep hanging in the wind for now. So Lamar was back in. How did he look? What did you have to... Huh?
GOAT.
You went from him looking good to GOAT? He is not GOAT.
He is not GOAT.
Okay, let's not get a little ahead of ourselves here. Devin, what did you think of how Lamar played?
He played how I expected him to play, and he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. That's what kind of happens when you do that thing.
Yeah, he's
I need to understand how you just said he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. How did you get there?
him and Michael Vick.
How many NFL quarterbacks have 3 All-Pro first teams or 2 MVPs? I'll tell you who doesn't. Drew Brees does not. Steve Young does not. Joe Montana, I don't think, has 3 All-Pro first teams. Brett Favre has 3 All-Pro first... No, Brett Favre has 2, I think.
Does John Elway?
John Elway does not. John Elway only won 1 MVP. All those guys are guys I would consider top 10 all time. The only thing missing from Lamar's resume is playoff success. And, even given that, he's put together some of the best quarterbacking seasons of all time. So, yes, he is one of the, for my money, 20 greatest quarterbacks to ever play the sport.
Listen,
I'd
I
be
love
more
Lamar.
surprised if he didn't go down as top 10.
I love Lamar. He's a wonderful kid. I saw an interview of him after the game. What was it, Monday night they played? Great guy, like him a lot, but I think it's a little early to be throwing him into that mix. Maybe he'll get there,
It's not.
but I think it's a little early. But apparently you and Reese think otherwise. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he stays unhurt for the rest of the season. Rashee Rice is back. The Chiefs offense averaged 22.8 points per game without him in 2024. What did you think of his play after his 6-game suspension?
He's nice, man.
Yeah, he played how I expect him to play.
All right, so
He's a
still
great receiver.
good.
Oh, good receiver.
All right. CJ Gardner was traded. I think I told you that about the Taylor Swift whole situation. Nobody's crying about that. What do you think of the officiating overall? Because there was some real interesting officiating happening. I think it was a Cowboys-Eagles game where there's such a penalty differential. I think it was like +5 for Dallas or something. That, everybody, obviously I was not happy with. And I was probably jumping and screaming in the house. But there seems to be some issues with referee consistency. Do you agree with that? Have you seen that in the games you watched or not really?
Yes.
Yeah, especially
Same.
on the line, I feel like.
Especially what?
On the line. Low-key in the secondary, too.
Devin, say more.
Well, the Chiefs have a decided advantage when it comes to refereeing.
I don't know where that came from.
Well, it came from the fact that they're an incredibly profitable franchise due to the Taylor Swift stuff with Travis Kelce. There's plenty of stats to back it up. You can do your homework in that front. The Eagles also have a decided advantage in officiating.
Tush push.
But that's mainly because of the tush push, which is never called correctly. There's almost always a penalty every time that play is run, just by its nature, and it's tough to consistently call that.
I highly recommend that other teams learn how to do the tush push, and then we won't be having this conversation.
I don't think you understand what I just said.
I do understand what you said.
Do
I
you?
understand English. I'm just saying, there's one thing that's like,
So they should learn how to teach the referees to not call penalties.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying, though. Is that when the Eagles do it,
Right.
even if somebody else is doing it right, when the Eagles do it,
Uh-huh.
they get let off when they do bad things. When everybody else does it wrong, they get called for doing it wrong.
Teams are discouraged from doing it because they're going to be cheating, and the Eagles are allowed to cheat, and they're not sure if they're going to be allowed to cheat. And if they do get called for the penalty that they should be getting called for, they'll lose it down.
He came for me, but I'm not going to go there on this one. I'm not taking that bait. We don't cheat at the Eagle Land. We just beat people all kind of ways. But okay, we don't go with that.
Like what, bro?
What?
How do we get there? Anyway, moving on. So, it's hard because every time I talk to y'all about my Eagles, y'all got something mean to say. Hurts, his QBR rose from 6.13 to 76.9. We scored in our first 3 drives after the reset. Would you say, like, Jalen Hurts' leadership is on the upswing? You're probably going to say no, Devin.
Well, if you sense any bitterness in the way I talk about your team, it's probably because you picked them 2.5 years ago, and they've been the most winningest franchise or second most winningest franchise in that time period, and I've suffered with a team that has been ran horribly. So that's probably where that comes from.
Okay.
On the subject of Jalen Hurts' leadership, I don't know how leadership could be on an upswing. I think he's a very good leader, and I think he's pretty consistent with that.
Okay.
And I'm sure that he's going to get that team back to Super Bowl contention because they have a lot of talent, and he's a good leader.
Uh-huh.
I guess that answers both your questions.
Praise the Lord. And it's been more than 2.5 years, but I'm approved that. Go on, Reese. Anything you got to say about Jay Hurts? Something good?
I think he's a good leader. I think he's exhibiting that he's a good leader.
Uh-huh.
They are also cheating. Both things can be true at the same time. So yeah. Do I want to see them win more?
Uh-huh.
Not before I want to see the Ravens win more. But yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to see what happens. In recent deals, we talked about it, and we talked about it a lot in this episode, if you want to see it, about the cap and how broken quarterbacks could be affecting the cap. So check that out. DK Metcalf, did you hear about him?
What happened?
I think he got in trouble. He got into some discipline issue. I think it's the league's finding a player for more frequently online fan confrontations and social media conduct. So I think maybe yeah.
What do you mean? They're grown men. They can't get into conversations with fans about the sport that they play, that they risk their bodies on.
Well, let's talk about that. let's talk about that for a second. Can somebody who's in elected office or a figure that's kind of like out there, right? And your public persona is a part of your job. Can you come for the fans the same way a fan can come for a fan?
No.
No,
Those are
not the thing.
those are
No,
not
not
fans. Those
no.
are people that you are responsible for.
So those are trollers? You saying they can come for the trollers?
No, if you're in elected office, those aren't fans. Those are people you're responsible for.
Okay, so you don't see it as the same thing.
I don't know
If
how
you're in
anybody
elected
could.
office, hell no. But if you're a player, that's a different conversation.
Okay, so if you're in office, you can't. But if you're a player, you can come for the fans if they troll you?
Yeah.
It's you. It's
Why? Why is that different?
because
Explain to me why it's different.
if you're an elected official,
Right,
what you're doing is you're doing a job,
right. That's
And
your
you're-
job.
and
Right.
you're responsible
Mhm.
for making sure that the fans are having an experience that is X, Y, and Z. Right?
Right.
That's your job, is to worry about the fans. If
Uh-huh.
you're a football player,
Uh-huh.
your job is to play football.
Okay.
Your job is to play football and be good at football.
Okay.
If we
But
go,
there's a brand associated. Go ahead. Finish.
but if you go online, elected officials' job
Uh-huh.
is to be responsible for the fans.
Uh-huh.
What's the football player's job?
You're
What's his
saying
job?
just to play football.
To worry about football. His responsibility has nothing to do with you and your family. If you decide to come for that man or for that man and his family, you are allowed to do that if you are a football player.
Okay.
That's
Devin,
your
what
right.
is your take?
The NFL is an entertainment league. So
Uh-huh.
football players are contractors who are entertainers. That'd be like saying if Leonardo DiCaprio can't go on Twitter and
What?
talk to a fan who didn't like his recent movie. An elected official, I assume you're talking about like government?
Yes.
That's, you're literally, your role is a public servant.
Okay.
Your job is to serve the
Serve
people.
the people.
If your NFL player is no different than a reality television star in terms of what they provide, and like you're an entertainer. You're an entertainer. That is your job.
Okay.
At the highest level.
So you're saying entertaining people is a different standard, has a lower standard of accountability to the people
It's
who
not-
consume it.
It's not.
I'm just asking a question.
No, it's not a lower standard. It's just a different standard.
A different standard. Okay.
And it's lower. It's lower too.
You're saying it's lower. That's what
Because
I thought.
if you're an elected official, you make laws that affect people's lives.
Okay, true.
Okay.
You literally govern them.
Yeah. No. It definitely is.
Listen.
It definitely is.
So you think that DK Metcalf essentially should not have been disciplined for coming for whoever was trolling him, whether they're fans or not, on his thing? It's somewhere in between. Because I think there's a brand associated with what you're entertaining about. There is a brand, right? And I think the more likable your brand is, the more revenue streams you can get, and the more you earn entertainment money.
Yeah, but if people,
When you
If
hold
you're
on,
out-
let me finish. So when you get into the business of saying I'm not accountable, I think you're really hurting yourself in the long run. So there's some self, regulation that may need to happen in addition to the team probably saying, listen, you're a part of our brand. And so we got to regulate you a little bit because you can't just do whatever you want because there's a brand associated with us that you're tied to. Go on, Race.
I think if you're an athlete, especially, okay, I'll use this analogy. When Kevin Durant comes at trolls on Twitter,
Uh-huh.
is anybody going to tell Kevin Durant what he can and cannot do?
I would hope the brand associated with his team will say if he going crazy, knock it off.
You think the Houston, man, hey, if Kevin Durant's going out there and giving me 30 points a game and my organization's winning, and that means more money's going into my pockets because more fans are going to be in seats watching Kevin Durant play basketball?
I respect your opinion. I think we can definitely look at the stats. I'm curious now to know the stats around
And
how often players are disciplined for social media
And-
conduct.
I think to associate with that, what they did with Kyrie Irving, essentially kicking him off their team for nothing, and that's why they have no money right now. And that's why we have no fans in our arenas, and that's why we're not going to be a good franchise until we have new ownership. So it is.
Check out the episode on The World is Flat and Kyrie Irving. That was a funny one. When Reese was young. Let's just talk about Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. What's your verdict for them at this point? Game over for the season?
No, I don't think so.
They ranked 27th in total offense, 290.7 yards per game.
I think that's because Jaden Daniels is in and out of the lineup. They have no consistency. But I still think they're a good club. They could make a nice push here at the end of the year and make it to the playoffs, I think.
So you're not counting them out yet, pretty much. All right, y'all. That's all for now. See you next week.
All
What
right.
your mama didn't tell you. Bye-bye.
All right.
Hi, I'm Rochelle. You're watching What Your Mama Didn't Tell You, the podcast. If you like what you're hearing, please comment, like, and subscribe.